I had a notebook with a broken coil. The spiral was so damaged it wouldn't lay flat, so I couldn't use it anymore. After thinking it over, I decided to use this punch I bought. Since I'm making new holes, I also needed binder rings to go with it. First, carefully remove the coil from the damaged notebook. You could just rip it off, but that tends to tear up the edges of the paper, which means you'd have to cut away even more, so I'd recommend taking the time to remove the coil properly. Once the coil is out, trim off as little as possible, just enough to remove the damaged hole area. Then punch new holes using the punch tool. I sized mine for B5. When you punch, you get 6 holes. What I always do is line up the 4th hole with the guide on the punch, then use that as a reference to punch the remaining holes. Cut the cover to size as well and punch holes in that too. I actually tried using this punch on the cover. It didn't work. If the material is too thick, you risk damaging the punch, so I'd say it's safer to use a single hole punch and go 1 hole at a time. Once everything is punched, just slip the pages onto the binder rings. Binder rings come in different sizes. I have 2 sizes, and I went with the smaller one. And honestly, this is what makes it so great for customizing. You can just cut the binder ring down to whatever size you need. I cut mine to fit the holes in my notebook, and it worked out perfectly. Just match it to the thickness of your paper, and you're good to go. My kids wanted to make their own notebooks, so we used paper and cardboard we already had at home to DIY sketchbooks and notebooks in all different sizes. You don't have to punch all the way through from the first hole to the last every time. If the paper is sturdy enough, you can skip around. Though if the paper is really thin, punching all the way through from start to finish is the safer move. You can make notebooks with your kids or give a broken notebook a second life. Either way, I seriously recommend this tool. You will not regret it.